Hello, good morning. So we're doing our independent practice today. So basically what's going to happen is I'm going to read the questions and I want you to pause and try to figure out how you would do the problems, and then I'll tell you the answers. So we're going to look at our example problem, and it states, Jen woke up at the time shown on the digital clock below. What time did she wake up? Give your answer in minutes before the next hour. So if you look at the digital clock, okay, that says 6:42 a.m. So if we want to write this time on our analog clock, we can count backwards. So 42, from 42 we need to get to 60 minutes. So if we do 60 minus 42, that'll give us 18. So we can count backwards 18 minutes in order to get our time on the clock. So if you look at our blue lines right here and how they are jumping backwards from the clock, so they are going 5, 10, 15, and then they're counting by ones to get to 18, 16, 17, and then finally 18. So this is 18 minutes before 7. So again, we talked the other day about counting backwards, just like how this clock is, or counting forward, which if we want to count forward, we're going to go this way. Okay, we talked about going forward yesterday. So let's go ahead and look at number 9. Ezra started working in the garden at the time shown on the digital clock. Draw the hands to show what the time looks like on this clock. So we have to draw 10:24. 10:24. So what I want to do is I want to think about what number on the clock is the closest to 24. So we are in 5-minute increments. So if I think about it, I'm at the 12 and I go 5, 10, 15, 20. Well, I'm not quite at 24 yet, so I'm going to go and start counting by ones. So there's 20, 21, 22, 23, and last 24. So my minute hand is going to be right by my 5, but not quite on my 5 yet, because my 5 would be 25 minutes. And so now I need to think about my hour hand. My hour hand is my shorthand, and it's going to be right in between my 10 and my 11. My 10 and my 11. Okay, so since it's in between my 10 and 11, it's because I have not passed the 12 yet, okay, with my minute hand. All right, so let's move on to number 10. Abby's piano lesson started at the time shown on the clock. Fill in the correct time on the digital clock. Be sure to show whether it is AM or PM. So, one thing that we need to look at here is let's decide what hour it is first. Okay, so let's see. Our hour hand is the shorthand. Okay, so this is our hour hand. And I want to know what number it passed. So the number that it passed was 4. So I know my hour is 4 because it just passed the 4 and it has not gotten quite to the 5 yet. So it's 4, and then it looks like it's pointing on the 8. So if my minute hand is pointing on the 8, I'm going to skip count by 5s. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and 40. So this 8 is resembling 40 minutes. Okay. So now it says to decide whether it's AM or PM. But remember, on a analog clock like this red one up here, can we tell whether it's AM or PM? Right, we cannot tell if it's AM or PM, but we can use our context clues to help us. So Abby's piano lesson started at the time shown on the clock. So piano lessons, we're normally going to do those during the day instead of in the morning at 4:40 in the morning. So we can assume that it's PM once we get off work or school or something like that. So we're making an assumption that it's 4:40 p.m. All right, number 11. Lucas started cleaning his room at the time shown on the clock. Which tells the time shown on the clock? Circle the letter of the correct answer. I want you to go ahead and pause this video and try to figure out the answer yourself. All right, so you should have selected B as the correct answer, okay? Because if we look at this, we can count backwards. So we can go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 9 minutes before it is 10 o'clock. 9 minutes before 10. So if you could do that as well, counting backwards, or you count forward to try to see how many minutes are left. Either way, whatever you find easiest. Bo chose D as the correct answer. How did he get that answer? Okay, so what Bo did was Bo counted the number of minutes after 9, but wrote before 9. So he went this way. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and then there's 51. So he said there was 51 minutes after 9, but he accidentally put before instead of after. So you need to watch for those mistakes and see if you're doing before 9 or if you're going after 9. All right, have a great day.